Really gonna run with the game. And you'll see. Like I said, guys, you're gonna see. Let's move into 7th. Bum, our boy.
Oh,
You know the vibe. Amungus and the Atlanta Sable.
Oh, nah, he's back again for another season. Yo, I haven't seen him in draft in a while, so like I've only seen him in the PWD.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to like battle him again, and like right before Gen 9, unless PWD comes back with another season.
Yep.
But you know, his team, his round 1 was actually mad funny because he's always drafting
I just slash. Yeah.
All the time.
He loves his mom, bro. He loves his
He
mom.
picked it up round 1 at 7. Like he was a 7th pick and picked it up. So
Yeah.
I mean, I hope he puts in work with it. Like I said, I've always seen him use his mon. And then like to cover that with the fairy and then the dragon, he has Boo and Drampa. The dragon type is a little bit less to be desired, but I have seen Drampa, like it's always gonna eat a hit and it has berserk, so it could get to like +1 and then just swing back with like a Draco or a Hyper Voice.
I like Drampa. I like Drampa as a dragon type because it eats the ghost attack, right?
Oh yeah.
And then its special defense is really good, right? I believe it should be. Let's just double check it. I don't want to be giving out the wrong information out here. But yeah, his special defense is what?
91.
All right, it's decent.
It's okay.
Like, but I've seen situations where Drampa being able to eat ice attack even and then go into berserk, like because it attacks the second because it's slower, and then you swing back a +1 attack. It's pretty good, I think.
I mean, and then look, he has Arcanine for the that intimidate drop.
Yep.
And then
he's got 3 intimidators.
Triple intimidate. Yeah. I wanted to talk about that.
Mawile, Arcanine, and Crocodile, bro.
Intimidate.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be like hard for special attack. I mean, for physical attackers to go in on this team, and then all you need to do is like slap a AV or a special defensive slow bro, and then like teams are gonna have like a hard time. Just, like, I guess chipping down this team. You know
what you just said.
With the regenerator.
What you just said was really big. I think when you look at this team, his immediate biggest wall, I think, is definitely the slow bro.
Yeah.
And that's physically defensive.
Right.
But then when you look at his team, it's already physically attacking, controlling.
Like inherent, yeah.
With the intimidate.
Like
you get what I'm saying?
Control, yeah.
So like he has so much control over the physical attacking that I think he's lacking in the special defense or special attacking, like controlling the special attack, which is okay. But like, I noticed this team was susceptible to fire pretty easily. You know, Flash, Bulu, and Mawile, right?
Yes.
And
but I mean, it's just those 3. He has actually a lot of resist with Drampa, Archeops. Arcanine can have the flash fire if he's not intimidated.
That's true too.
And then, I mean, you could kind of just switch in Slowbro to anything you want. Funny enough.
I don't think his team likes Earthquake that much either. You know, Arcanine, Raikou, Mawile, Aegislash.
The only thing that would dodge it is the Archeops, and like Archeops, although I mean, unless Amungus does something crazy with it, it's kind of bad.
Think so?
Like it has 110 speed, which is great, but its ability to Fetus is that if it goes under 50% HP, its attack is like times 0.75. But if it's above 50%, it gets like 0.25 boost, 1.25 boost. So it's like a double-edged sword. But then it's also
that kind of sucks though, because if you switch into rocks like twice or a few times, then and you proc the defeatus, it's like I honestly don't know too much about that mon there.
That's his only flying type, so I guess like he was looking at it and he was like, hold on, I might get smoked by an earthquake. But he also has Bulu, which brings the grassy terrain.
Yep.
So yeah, he has like that resistant to the ground type.
That's true. I did notice that he also has good momentum with Baton Pass, Mawile, Teleport Arcanine, Teleport Slowbro, U-Turn Archeops, and then Volt Switch Raikou. He also has good priority, I think. He's got Tapu Bulu, Grassy Glide, Aegislash with Shadow.
No. Tapu Bulu doesn't get Grassy Glide.
No. That's the grass one.
It doesn't get Grassy Glide.
What? Bro.
Just like Coco doesn't get Rising Voltage.
There's no way, bro. It's gotta. I could have sworn it did.
Doesn't. What I wanted to say is that this team might have struggle in getting off the hazards because its only way to defog is
it doesn't.
Trampa, Archeops, and Rapid Spin on Hitmonlee.
Wait, so when did I see a Tapu Bulu Grassy Glide, bro?
It might have been like when the Grassy Glide was first put in the game, people would like assumed it would have it. But then like when like the game, like when we were able to play it and we got like Bulu into the game, we were like, oh wait, it doesn't get it. So like they like it doesn't get Grassy Glide.
What, bro? That takes away a lot from this team for me.
I mean,
that was a mistake on my behalf, but other than that, he had the Arcanine with E-Speed, and then like Mawile Sucker Punch, Raikou E-Speed, Aegislash, Shadow Sneak. You know, pretty good. But that's kind of crazy.
Pretty good. Oh, Bullet Punch on Hitmonlee. Fake out.
Yep.
So he could do like, because Hitmonlee gets him burdened, so he could do like a normal gem fake out, and then kind of like start going crazy. I've seen that set a couple times.
Well, that's definitely one thing to look out for. A lot of these teams have sticky webs, bro, making me feel bad for not picking up sticky webs.
That Araquanid webs, bro.
Yeah. It's a good mon. It has Water Absorb, pretty good defensively.
Is that his water type? Oh no, he has a Slowbro.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure like when he would want to bring Araquanid over Slowbro though, or like would he pull up with the double water?
He might pull up with both, yeah.
Yeah, if he had the choice.
Like I said, it's all dependent on the matchup, you know.
Yeah. You know, if your opponent has like more fire attacking. Well, that's what another thing, because Araquanid has I think it's Water Bubble or like some ability that allows it to take less damage from fire type attacks.
Does it? I know it has Water Absorb.
Water Bubble?
I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Water Bubble. Fire power against it is half.
That's nice.
So yeah, it's just like an inherent resist, although it's water.
It's neutral.
Bug type.
Yeah. That's nice. That's nice to know. All right. So how do you feel about our boy Amoonguss? We moving on?
You know, I want Amoonguss to do great. All right.
Of course, it's our boy. You always want our boys to pull up and do well, but not everybody could be a winner amongst us. What can I say? We're all hyper competitive. You know what I mean? All hyper competitive. He's definitely gonna have his work cut out for him with this team, I think.
Most def.
But I think Amoonguss can pull off some good or like some uncanny plays, like something you wouldn't expect.
Slash is gonna be a threat, bro.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen him pull himself out of like a 0-4 lead with Aegislash before.
Yeah.
I know you know the video. And I'm not gonna sort it as once, not twice, but 3 times. You know, I remember that video. Yeah. All right. So with that being said, I think we move on to 6.
Yep.
6th place. Yo, I gotta say, first thing for this, this man's logo go crazy. I like this logo, bro. The Red Spark Vigavolt.
The last one, and then like
you see the upgraded one,
like 3-dimensional, and
yeah, it's got more.
Vigavolt is the V.
Yeah, this. Oh, I actually didn't even look at that close.
What the heck?
The V is the pincers. That's crazy, yo. This is a nice. I gotta give a shout out to Delphin right there for this one.
Yeah, shout out Delphin Squared from the Philippines.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
And then just looking at his team, look, top 3.
Jesus Christ.
Coco,
you know how I feel about Coco. You know how I feel about Coco.
I know you in love with the Coco.
Facts,
you almost swept me with that.
Bro.
Playing. I remember that.
Coco go crazy, bro. Coco is so good as a mon, I think. And just so versatile, bro.
Me with that.
Yo.
I wanted Coco.
Yeah, you had Coco set as your first pick.
Like, yo, I never get Coco, bro. And then he took it. I think it was. Oh, he got it 9th, literally right before me because I was 10th.
Yeah.
So he got it right before me.
I remember.
I was like, bro. I mean, he definitely like played around it too because what is Coco weak to? Poison ground. What does he have? Corviknight.
Yeah.
Like literally both resist. Like he really did that.
Yeah.
Really well as the 2 resistances.
His team is hella offensive threatening to me. With Coco, Latios, and like whatchamacallit, like potentially like Miltank and stuff like that. Like I feel like this team has a lot of potential offense. Latios has a really good move pool, and a lot of his mons too, like they're like mid-tier in terms of like offensive stats. Even his defensive mons have like mid-offensive stats, like good offensive stats. Like look at Miltank, look at Roserade.
100 speed.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
5 speed and like 130 special attack. I was looking at Roserade too, but I mean, I didn't pick it up.
It's really good. It's really good. And then his defensive mons like Umbreon, access to foul play. That's really good on a defensive mod.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
like,
really
you're swinging
really
on their attack.
Yep.
Like,
You remember how much that foul play did to my Infernape?
yeah,
When like after I clicked the
like
CC,
60, 70?
bro, it did like 56 to 60 something% still.
It just did mad damage.
Bro, it's resisted,
like,
bro. I'm a fighting type, I think, right? We fighting resist dark? I believe so.
Fighting resist dark.
And it still did like 50 something%, bro. And I was like, what? I was not expecting that. And it just it really caught me off guard. Because the wish came down right after, because you know, protect after he swung.
Oh yeah, protect wish.
Yeah, and then I was just like, God dang, I did nothing. Yeah, I did nothing and lost 50 something%. I can't stand on the next one. It's gonna kill me with the -1.
And then also being like a dark type, so that it's immune to like the prankster.
Yep.
If in case anybody tries to like status it or like try to pull something, you know, Umbreon just being that great. But I believe he gets baton pass too, so it could like wish baton pass into something.
Yep.
So like kind of playing that cleric role too.
I felt like this team had decent hazards or good hazards, just because even though he only had access to 3 of them, Stealth Rock, Spikes, and Toxic Spike, it's the fact that the 3 of his mons that have access to Stealth Rock are very different. Like super different.
Yes.
Marowak, Alolan, Miltank, and Regirock, super different mons. You know what I mean? Hyper defensive Regirock, potentially mixed Miltank, and then like I'd say offensive Marowak.
Offensive Marowak.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like he's got a lot of potential like rocks plays. His mons in terms of hazard removal, he's got a fast remover in Defog, and he's got a slow remover in Defog, with Corviknight and Coco being fast, Corviknight being slow, and then Latios in the middle.
Latios, if he wants to, you know. But I mean, if anything, he probably like would run it on the Corviknight, because it seems like Corviknight is here to play just like that defensive role, like we always see it do.
Yep.
Unless it's like running like some bulk up agility power trip. Weakness policy set.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's what you like to do, so it's definitely a thing.
On this team though, like I could definitely see it being that defogger. And then like also about his defense, he has Dust Noir, like, and with the freaking it's like 110 attack stat Poltergeist.
Yes.
Even though like it could like have no investment.
Yes.
And then it has like 1 plus 100 in both the defenses. It could kind of do anything you wanted to. I mean, lacking in speed, that's it. But having Taunt, Willow, Pain Split, freaking like I said, Poltergeist, Elemental Punches. Like Dust Noir is gonna definitely bring up the team from that side, if not being Gastrodon too.
Yeah.
Where he has Recover.
The next thing, or the immediate things that I didn't like about this team, was that his fire type was Marowak Alolan. I didn't like that. I don't really like them on too much.
Yeah, he can't really do too much
with the fire.
It. I mean, obviously people can't switch into it, but it's like, what does it get in on?
Nothing.
You know, like
nothing.
Yeah.
At least that's how I felt. He also doesn't have an Eviolite user, right? No. But he did have pretty good momentum. You know, Baton Pass on Latios and Umbreon, U-turn on Corviknight, Passimian, Coco, and then Volt Switch on Coco. Oh, that's another thing. I do like Pokemon that have access to U-turn and Volt Switch. I think that's pretty important.
They could do either or.
Yeah, I think that's pretty important, because if they have a ground type and it's pretty obvious that you want to get out, you don't have to click Volt Switch. You can click U-turn.
You just U-turn on it.
I think
that
that's pretty
Passimian, like you can't sleep on that Passimian, son. That Passimian is a threat. Like I want to pick it up.
What makes you say that? I don't know too much about that.
Because it's like the stab CC. It also has Defiant, so like you can't just come in and intimidate it. Just being, it's base 80, so like it has like that mid speed tier where it will outspeed a lot of things naturally. Yeah. But then also you like run a Scarf, so I believe it gets access to knockoff too, 120 base attack. So like it has knockoff and CC.
That's actually pretty scary. I didn't know it gets knockoff. That'll be like a really
good coverage.
I did not know it gets knockoff.
And then like even if you're like I don't know what they're gonna do, you could U-turn out. So I think like that thing has like a really good move pool, with like I said, with the Defiant ability. So like you can't really want to nerf it with an Intimidate.
That is true.
So yeah, you can't sleep on that Passimian.
This team definitely is one to look out for. You ready to move on to 5?
Yeah.
Oh, never played this man.
TDs.
But my boy TD0, right? Coach of the Virginia Pressure. First time I'm actually participating in a league with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was in the SSBA versus him.
And he actually picked up a mon that I despise. I hate Mew.
Oh nah.
I hate
that
Mew.
It's so hard to prep for.
Bro, you don't know what this Mew is about to do, bro.
You never know what it's gonna do. Base 100 stats across the board. Literally every single move in the game it has. Like it can do anything.
Literally.
Anything you want it to do.
Literally, like when I look at this mon, it takes me back to when I forget who I played and they ran like Cosmic Power Body Press.
Oh nah, yeah, that move is that
oh, Cosmic Power Body Press Roost.
Roost, and then what is it? Stored Power Body Press. Yeah.
Yep. And
because like
I was just like, bruh.
Oh, like, ain't nothing for you to do.
There really isn't.
But then I've seen like Sub DD, like Swords Dance knockoff, like freaking Choice Specs. It has like every single what is it? Hazard. Does it have top specs? Yeah,
it has hazard. It has access to like every hazard.
So that's the only thing. And then it has a U-turn, Volt Switch.
Yep.
Just Mew, bro. That's why we're in the top 5. And this guy got Mew, Dragonite, and an Urshifu. Like, what are y'all gonna do?
I got a little distracted because I was supposed to actually battle in a little bit, but I had to push it back. But I was actually triggered by TD because he actually sniped 2 of my mons.
Which
originally I wanted the Regenerator Core, but I had to change it now because I lost to Tornadus really early. Right. Like actually no, it was right before me. Actually.
It was right before you picked. Yeah. So like it was early in the draft.
Yeah, it was round 1, but right before me, round 1. And I had built this team, the next team, with Urshifu and Incineroar. And and like he took the Urshifu literally the same round for me as well.
Oh man.
And
like when it came back up.
Yeah, when it came back, he took it and I was just like, yo, this can't be happening. Because I didn't like the water mons that were left per se. Like the only other one that I really wanted to play, or I would have thought about playing, was the Blastoise. But I wanted an offensive water mon. I was tired of having defensive water mons. I always get like Suicune and like Araquanid. You know,
dude, water is just such a great like defensive typing.
Yeah.
Outside of like, I mean, if you do like the Swift Swim route, like not too many water types are like that good, that reliable and fast. And I could see like where you would want Urshifu to fill that spot because it's arguably one of the best.
Yep. This team, amazing hazards. Like amazing hazard potential. Excelgor, Mew, and Alolan Sandslash with spikes. Krokorok, Metagross, Mew, Rhyperior, Sandslash, Stealth Rock. And then we've got Toxic Spikes on Excelgor and Mew. That's scary. That's really scary because you don't know what is clicking what, bro.
But like now that I look at it, I think if we like talk about the hazard game, you can see him like it'll be predictable when you see it in like
in the game
6 mons that he brings.
Yeah, because then you'll know if Mew is offensive or like a setup.
Supporting type.
Yeah.
Because he only has Defog on Dragonite, Mew, and Rapid Spin on Sandslash Alola, and as you can see, he also has a Ninetales Alola, so he has a little bit of a Ice Core going on. Well, a Hail Core.
Yep.
With the Slush Rush.
Yep, Slush Rush. I was gonna say that like in the next, but the next thing before that I wanted to say was he has really good momentum as well. Okay. Like, did you actually like look at this team on the Draft League site?
I'm looking at it now,
bruh. Look at this
U-turn,
bro. He's the first team with Parting Shot, or the only team with Parting Shot.
I believe so, yes.
And it's like 2 Baton Pass, a Excelgor, Mew, Flip Turn Mew, Parting Shot, and U-turn on Incineroar, Teleport Mew, Excelgor U-turn, and then U-turn on Urshifu and Volt Switch on Mew. You know, that's crazy.
So he's gonna be.
And look at how many knockoffs he's got.
In and out. Oh yeah, no, the knockoffs go crazy though.
He's got 2 stab knockoffs.
Nobody's gonna want to keep their items versus this guy.
He's got 2 stab knockoffs. You know how hard it is sometimes to get 1 stab knockoff, and he got 2.
Not for real. With the Krokorok and Incineroar. So like you said, going back to having the Violite user, you can't sleep on Krokorok.
Nope.
Intimidate, Stealth Rocks, and Knockoff. That's all you really need.
I think that thing is obviously straight up the Violite utility with knockoff Stealth Rock Intimidate. Always. I think that's the only way to use it efficiently on this team because he's got so much more going on already. Yeah. Like, what does he need it for anything else?
Like, in case he's like, you know what? Let me just put the Rhyperior down. Let me get like a faster type. I'm not sure how fast Krokorok is, but it does look to be.
Yeah, he's got you know, he's got Rhyperior with Solid Rock. He's got the Dragonite with what's it called? Marvel Scale?
The Marvel Scale, yeah.
Marvel Scale.
No, the multi-scale.
Multi-scale. You know, reducing the first hit by half, Regenerator Tank. He's got so much going on with the abilities of these mons that like he doesn't need a lot of things to really go crazy, you know?
He could literally do everything else and then pull up with the Mew. Like, all right, the game's done. Like, this was all fun and all, but like now we got the Mew in and it's time to end the game.
Yeah, this team is really, really, really scary for me. I when I look at this team, I was like, damn, bro. Like, I don't want to say I fear, but I am weary of ice types. And he's got one of the better ice types with Ninetales alone, and like you said, the Slush Rush, the mini Slush Rush core, right? Yeah. So I'm like, damn. So like he even threw in the offensive ice threat, like just tucked it in there, real nice.
Just flipped it in,
and it was a round 11 pick on that Sandslash, man. Look at how late he got this thing.
Like I wouldn't even have expected because like, Ninetales Alola like is so fast and it's such.
And it's a veil setter.
Great. Like you can throw off the freaking Specs
Blizzard
and like
for free.
What is it? 109 speed, yeah. And then like you said, it has access to veil, so that Dragonite could set up behind it.
Yep.
Freaking, it has hypnosis.
Like, I think that's one thing you definitely have to look out for. What you just said. I wasn't trying to give up too much on people's potential strats or give them the strat, but having multi-scale and Aurora Veil, that is a scary combination.
Yes.
A very, very scary combination.
Like, look, he could run what is it? Eject button, I believe. Mm-hmm. So like when he gets hit after he sets up the veil, straight into Dragonite.
He doesn't lose the turn. Exactly. You know, that is a real problem. Yo, we giving up the ideas out here, man. Now people see how we playing, but
it'd be a threat.
This team is definitely potentially scary. Look forward to seeing how Zero uses this team. Like I said, never played with him. Never played with him. On this team being 5th, you know it only gets scarier from here.
if we got Mew at 5th, like, come on now.
Yeah, you know. this month we actually moved it up to 20, right?
Did we? No, it actually got drafted at 19.
Oh, 19 so during our drafting, we had a little chat amongst the coaches asking what potential changes would they have to the tier list, and it was thrown out there that Mew should be moved to 20 just because you don't know what the hell this thing's gonna do until it clicks a button, like straight up. You know, unless you can really read the team in the select or the order pick. But just too much going on with this thing. Definitely got to look out for it. All right. So ready to move on to 4th?
Yeah, let's go 4.
Number 4, Utah Muse.
I had this team like at number 1 when I looked at Dragapult, Feeny, and Heatran.
Yeah.
Like that's literally all you need, bro. Like Feeny just being such a great like defensive type, being that water fairy, and then what is weak to poison and
electric grass,
and electric and grass, and then you have what Heatran right there, ready to eat those hits, or Dragapult to eat literally those same attacks. So like I think those 3 mons are just gonna really come every single week, and like that's not even like throwing everything out, because like look at it, bro. And then after that, you could literally plug in every mon you want to like do anything else. I mean, just to throw that into, you also have Zarude, so that'll finish your Fairy Dragon Steel core and Fire Water Grass core.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I just have for this team. I had it at 1. You know, after talking around, you know, we got it at 4, and you guys can see the top 3 after.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, that top 3 picks first 3 round picks, freaking huge, bruh. Like huge. It is an actual problem to deal with. It really is.
What are you doing? Like
because like
you knocking off into
I'm not gonna front. Every time I see someone draft Dragon Ball, they lead that and U-turn.
And just U-turn.
And the thing is, like, it puts you in such a hard, like, between like the worst situation turn 1, Because if they don't U-turn, they're clicking a scary ass attack. Like it hurts, bro. This thing hurts. And then like if they U-turn, then what? Then you don't know what to click. You gotta U-turn yourself usually. You know, usually the only answer is a scarfed mon that's super effective and can OHKO it, or a really defensive slow pivot.
Yeah.
You know,
something to eat the hit.
Yeah, and then move into the other mon. But after their top 3 rounds, I didn't see too much cohesion in their draft. I did like that they did pick up the normal type, the Porygon Z, just because Dragapult being weak to Ghost, at least they have the normal switch in for when they think a Shadow Ball is coming down or a Poltergeist per se.
Just going into the PZ.
Yeah, I did like the Lycanroc. I always like Lycanroc, man. You know, Lycanroc has good coverage. It is fast as heck too. So this team has decent priority, you know. I didn't think this team needed webs, but I mean, why not? But I felt like
why not just have that control?
No, but I felt like, look, in this per se, right? If you look at it like Dragapult and Lycanroc as really your offensive mons, right? You don't really need webs. You get what I'm trying to say? Like you could have used that electric like necessity in a different situation. Like if I needed an electric type, I could have picked up something else.
Right. But I mean, Galvantula is also still very fast, you know.
No, I know. I'm not saying it's not fast, but what I'm saying is like
just
you could have got more out of the pick.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like Galvantula, bless you. Galvantula is an electric type, right? That they needed, but what did it give them in terms of utility? Webs. How much did they need the webs? Did they really?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's good. You could have picked up Electivire, Motor Drive, one of the Thunduruses, you know, Volt Absorb, just something that offers something else to the team. You know what I'm saying?
Like hold and attack it.
Because look, does this team have a ground type?
That's what I was just like looking at.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
Like, wait, do they have like a ground type switching?
This team doesn't have a ground type. So what was your answer if you don't have a ground type? A Volt Absorb.
Yeah. Like
so now Volt Switch.
Many things I want to hold
exactly. Volt Switch is coming down for free.
Yeah.
Because Galvantula is frail. And Heatran, I mean, how much times do you want to let your Heatran get chipped, right?
Nah, it doesn't even resist.
No.
But the Reg Ice has base 200 special defense.
But that's a telegraph, like that's obvious then.
Yeah, it'll like come in, yeah.
So like if Volt Switch is always free and you know their best hold is the Regis, you just literally Volt Switch into a physical fighter or something.
You're still gonna Volt Switch it and then like go
into
something, yeah. So
and then even to that, chip on something like Regis is still worth.
This team doesn't have too much like bulk. Like it's more just like straight offense with like Feeny Heatran. Like those would be like the core of the defense.
I feel like exactly.
But they, like you said, it's kind of telegraphed, and like people can like find a way to play around it.
I feel like this person put themselves in a situation where Feeny Heatran will have to be played Bruiser, like instead of full offensive. So, like, Bruiser meaning like you could probably have defensive Feeny, and then like max HP, max special attack Heatran, or vice versa, full special defense Heatran with like the Bruiser Feeny. Because the thing is, you can't play Feeny special defensive because this team doesn't have any Volt Switches. So it's still gonna, you don't want it to hold a Volt Switch anyway. Feel me? Right. So like that's why I felt when you put this team first place, I was like, I don't know, Bishmi. This team has a lot of like holes, I think.
Yeah, like now I'm looking at it, I agree. Another thing I would say is like they don't have anything to hold a rock type attack.
Nope.
Like nothing on their team resists it. So rocks could be very huge into this team, and the only way to get off the rocks that they have is Tapu Fini Defog and Sigilyph Defog. So, I mean, Fini Defog isn't like the worst, but
I feel like you're wasting a turn clicking Defog on Fini. You really are.
Fini, yeah.
Because generally somebody has to come in, right? You know what I mean? If you want them to come in, then you know you want to use that turn to your advantage to like set up, not take out rocks. I think. Yeah. And then you also lose a turn of your terrain, like you said.
Like you just lose the terrain at all, and like now you're susceptible to getting toxic. Yeah. But, I mean, you go into the loop like, well, I mean, I could go Heatran, but it's just having to take that turn out to defog.
But that's a read. That's a read. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a 50-50. What if they didn't click toxic and you switch into Heatran on attack, and now your defensive mon is getting chipped? That's what I'm saying. This team has a lot of holes. It comes down to outplaying now. You know. You'll see, you guys, like I said, we'll see, I think the teams that shine have a lot better coverage. But we rank this team definitely higher because of the core and the offensive threat this team really poses.
Yeah, like I said, you look at it, you see Dragapult. Could be sub DD. And like everything we said wouldn't even matter. You just get swept by Dragapult.
You know, like we're speaking hypothetical here. It's all hypothetical. But when you're playing as a coach in competitive gameplay, you have to like take in every potential play as a chance to catch you off guard. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're not really prepped into the situation where you're equipped to handle these things. You know, it happens, but like I said, you know, this team is a real offensive threat, man. Like really bad. Like, there's only maybe like 2-3 teams I think that can handle this team, like with no stress. Meaning like they could just kind of play around to see what happens. I think the rest of the teams have to really think about the play they're gonna make.
Yeah, really like try to
really calculate down to what is their best or most efficient play.
Yeah.
So I gotta give a little like shout out to Coach Regwin on her draft. She got really good top 3 mons. Usually you'd never see these 3 go together in a draft league with this many coaches. I don't know how it happened.
Yeah,
I don't know how it happened.
She really like came out the game and was like boom boom boom. But like I said, also that's why you can see the rest of her team looking like that, because her top 3 picks are so like costly in the point, because like you said, it was a point system. So you gotta, if you use a lot of your points on the high tier, you know, you're gonna not have that many points for the rest of the draft. So,
I do like Zaru too. I do like Zaru too as a pick, but like you said, U-turn just kind of claps him.
Oh yeah, U-turn, you know.
Quite effective. Yeah. So with that being said, let's move on to number 3. Oh, another, you know, yeah. This one's a little funny. We got our boys Arts and Bloud coaching their new team, PWD's finest. For those of you who don't know, PWD was the league hosted by our boy Shiny Shuriken. I think these two each won a championship once there.
Yes.
Right? So on this, the only reason this is the way it is with 2 coaches is because these guys actually got super busy with work, but they didn't want to not participate in our league. You know, we're a close so click.
Just, you know, collaborated.
So they're gonna pick up on each other's, you know, like ups and downs, try to compensate for each other.
Right. If one person can't battle one week, you know, the other person is gonna battle the next week.
Yeah.
Both of them might come to the same week, but you know, we see what happens.
This team go crazy.
Nah, this team. I mean, it is third. They did draft like the 2 mascots that they have on their logo, Cinderace and Gyarados.
Bro, they got Zygarde, Cinderace, and Spectrier.
Oh yeah, those are like
freaking 3 of the biggest offensive mons. Bro, 1,000 arrows.
What Zygarde could do, like with a sub.
Don't talk to me about it, bro.
Or don't like just 1,000 arrows just as an attack to be a stab ground attack that hits freaking Rotoms.
Everything. Yeah, it hits Rotoms.
Everything's in the air. Like I just said Rotom because like that's the main thing you want to switch into a ground type attack.
Yep.
And now it's holding a super effective 1,000 arrows. Like,
yep. The thing is a problem.
It's crazy.
Like hitting Corviknight too, bro.
Oh yeah, just hitting Corviknight.
That thing is a problem. That you remember your Zygarde 10 versus my Corv, man?
Yo.
Brought it with Haze and you start 1,000 arrows. I was like, bro, why,
like,
bro,
boom,
why?
Boom. Like you can't hold the +2 Dragon Dance. You're gonna have to roost, and then now I'm chipping you down again. That thing is a threat.
You guys,
Cinderace is only Blaze in this. You know,
no
format.
Libero, guys, no Libero.
It's still a threat. I mean, it's still Cinderace with base 116 attack and base 120 Pyro Ball.
Yep.
Like, that thing claps.
Listen, you know, Cinderace is always going to be a mon that has the potential to just close out a game.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what league it is in, like, it's always just going to have a strong potential closeout for a team. And like you said, the access to the base 120 fire attack. And then Cinderace has a huge move pool too. Gunk Shot, you know.
Oh yeah.
The flying move.
Gunk Shot, Zen Headbutt.
Yeah, the psychic
acrobatics, Sucker Punch and U-turn.
Yeah, like
court change. Like that mon is kind of crazy. And then their defense.
This team has some of the strongest defense. Yep.
Weezing Girder.
Yes, and don't forget, not only does his Violet user, one of his bigger defensive mons, right? Because Girder is huge. It has access to knockoff and bulk up.
Oh yeah.
knockoff and bulk up.
Mock punch.
And you can't burn him because of guts.
Oh yeah, no, because I have the guts.
So you can't even nerf him after he bulks up. Yeah, you literally can't nerf him. So that's kind of a problem. And then if he gets himself in a real predicament, he always can sack something with ice cubes, and then come in an ice cube with ice face and just swing one attack. You know, like worst case scenario, if he needs to get off one attack, like if there's a Gontromp or something going crazy, like, you know, he can just get the quad effective ice attack off because the first physical hit doesn't go, right? So like he has a lot of outs with this team. I think he's got a lot of momentum, right? He's got a lot of like offense with Zygarde, Cinderace, Gyarados, Spectrier, and Rotom.
Good defense.
And then he's got huge defense, bro. He's got two Violet users that are good, Girder and Chansey.
I'm like trying to just think, like, how do you even like swing into this team? Because like they just like the whole team, it kind of just covers itself.
Honestly,
really well.
The only way I saw, or the most efficient way, is to have another 1,000 Arrows users, and that's why I drafted the Zygarde. No joke. Because if Weezing comes in with the Levitate, it's getting hit.
Oh yeah, it's
Rotom gets hit neutrally, the Rotom-O, and then like
up with the gravity.
The Gyarados at least take some chip, you know.
Yeah, we didn't
super effective on Drapion, super effective on Registeel. Spectrier is frail, you know. Oh
yeah, Spectrier is frail on the defensive side.
Yep.
But like that thing is still a threat. I've seen Arch use Spectrier, freaking Hex, Willow.
Yeah, he definitely plays it. Man brings out the double kick sometimes, I think.
Yeah, the freaking double kick. And he drafted Chansey that would counter Spectrier.
Yep.
So like, it's just.
I think he definitely took the Chansey as utility, like T-Waves, Stealth Rock. Like,
but yeah, I was actually gonna look at the hazard potential for this team, where like you said would be Chansey with Stealth Rocks, Registeel Stealth Rocks, and then Spikes,
and then
on
2
Weezing
Toxic Spikers. Yep.
So like not like too crazy, but just enough to like where the hazard setters will do what you need it to do, because Registeel isn't dying. It's not gonna O-code pretty much anything.
No, never.
Like,
never.
So it'll like almost get the rocks up. Well, almost always get up the rocks, and then like he has a defog with Girder, Rotom, Weezing, or like Court Chain Cinderace, which probably won't be a factor in because you know you have so many Mons already filling that slot. And then, like we talk about all of that, but then you just think back, he still has a Zygarde.
Yeah.
Like it's freaking Zygarde.
Bro, the potential, like there's so much offense potential in this team. I had bad experience with Zygarde just recently. You did too. Yeah, like this knocked me out of my round 4, bro. That sucks. I lost to Zygarde round 4 in the World Qualifier for Draft League, and that really sucks. And it's like there's not too much of a response to a coil substitute Zygarde in a lot of scenarios. So you know, like if he's buffing his defense with coil, I sure ain't doing squat after. Like,
oh yeah, you're not doing nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Like you
and
break
then,
this,
like you have to take the turn to like
break the sub or hit it. Yeah.
Whereas it's just gonna swing back, or it could just bulk up again. I mean,
I think people get kind of like wooed into the rest of this meta's like offense with like Dragapult and like just other. Well, he got Cinderace too, but you know what I mean. That they kind of forget about Zygarde to a certain extent.
Yeah, like they kind of like leave.
They look at it as a mid compared to like Dragapult, Cinderace, and stuff like that. But this team has 2.
You give it one, like literally, like you give any of his Mons like one turn, like
one wrong turn, exactly. One wrong turn
and
is
like
done.
It could literally just be the game.
Yep.
Whether it's Dragon Dance, freaking Gyarados, bulk up Zygarde, substitute Spectrier, like or like a bulk up Girder. Freaking dual dance Drapion.
Don't forget, the Registeel can also defensively set up with body press. I think
freaking Registeel can iron defense, body press, rest.
Yeah,
Registeel.
So like,
this team just had like a lot of threats, good bulk.
Like, when I look at this team, I say to myself, "How is this team 3rd?" And then I just think about what was drafted after this, or drafted on the other 2 teams. It's kind of funny for those of you who are watching the whole video through. You'll see my team hasn't shown yet. So, look, we'll go on to 2 now, right? You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to 2.
Oh, nah.
Every time I see after I see my team, I'm not gonna lie, I laugh not out of like, Like it's like a chuckle. Like yo. I'm gonna let you cover this one because I don't want to be biased. Go ahead.
I mean, like, look at your team, bro. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 legendaries out of your 11 picks, and then, like you said, at that point, you just wanted. You were going through. You're getting sniped. You know what? I'm gonna just pick up Zero Aura. Zero Aura's at the last drafted spot because you were 14.
Yeah.
And then because you had the wheel pick, you were able to like look at what you wanted and be like, oh, this is still up. You could just draft 2 legendaries back to back, and like that's literally what happened the 3 times it came to you. Drafted freaking electric type. What is electric doing to ground? You grab the flying steel type.
I got the Cells
literally back to back.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what? Like you said before, you wanted the speedy water type, so you drafted Keldeo and Zygarde 10, like you said, to have that 1,000 arrows. And I think being second, I mean, like I said, you have 7 legendaries, bro. Like their base stats are just really high, and Zero Aura being the fastest in the draft, I'm pretty sure. Like nobody's gonna.
Yeah, really he's the fastest mon on the board right now. No, actually, I think Excelgor is right.
Yeah. No, I think it might be tied for it with Excelgor.
Maybe, I don't remember.
Because Excelgor should be. It's faster than Dragapult. I know Zero Aura is faster than Dragapult. So you know, like, for somebody to go up against your team, they're gonna have to scarf it. So you have great speed control, and then you have freaking the hazards with the Whimsicott. Your not hazards with Whimsicott. I mean with Mess Spirit.
Yeah.
With the Stealth Rocks.
That's one thing I did lack, yo. I only have Stealth Rocks on this team.
As your whole team, you only have Stealth Rocks on Diancie, Mess Spirit, and Blissey. But you don't even need to really rely on the hazards like that because of everything you have in the back. I wanted to look at Celesteela just being a great wall, something else that people would have struggled.
Bro, I'm telling you, like,
going up against.
I couldn't believe I drafted this team just because, literally, like, Zero Aura, potentially mixed attacker, huge mixed attacker, like fast as hell mixed attacker, access to fire, fairy, electric, fighting, dark, normal.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say knockoff.
Yeah, like access to so many types. And then I looked at it with the wheel pick.
You could bulk up.
Yeah, and then I looked at it with the wheel pick, and I was like, what is the immediate threat, right? I guess ground. So I went for Celesteela. Then Celesteela being a beast boosting, steel flying with Meteor Beam access. That's kind of huge.
Yeah, I mean, Meteor Beam, Power Herb, or Weakness Policy. I've seen it go through a lot of different sets with the Leech Seed Protect one.
Yep. I don't like the Keldeo pick too much. I honestly did not enjoy picking up this mon too much. Just because every time I've seen it, it's underperformed. Now, it could be the coach, not the mon. Right. But ultimately, I said, you know what? I need a water type, and it has access to flip turn. It's a good special attacker because I have a lot of physical attack on this team already. You know, like
after you draft
like Zero Aura and Zygarde, like because Keldeo and Zygarde came at the same time because I have wheel pick. So I said, you know what? If I'm prioritizing 1,000 arrows, then having Keldeo as a special attacker is better in my opinion.
Oh yeah, like
because it's more balanced in the offense, and you know having access to Aura Sphere is pretty good. I think.
Oh yeah,
this thing gets Hydro Pump,
fighting type attack.
Yeah, Hydro Pump, Air Slash. You wouldn't expect that. Air Slash.
You have Sacred Sword too.
I do, but just in terms of the
Sacred Sword?
The special attacking end, right?
Let me see.
Yeah, I have Sacred Sword.
No. Oh no! I thought Sacred Sword was special.
No, it's physical.
Yeah.
It just I think it ignores defenses or something like that, right? Defense changes. I forget what it does, but
yeah.
I thought I needed the special attacking. It could do physical as well, but it's a low base physical attack. Is like 70 something, I think.
Yeah, 72. So,
but
you'd rather run it with the 129 base special attack.
Yeah, with Hydro Pump, stab Hydro Pump.
Pokemon to do what you needed to do, like that one thing, and like although that's really telegraphed, like it's gonna do that one thing like really well. Like
look, rationalize, right, Bishme? A base, you have Hydro Pump, stab on Keldeo with base 129 attack. Like, unless you have a water absorber.
Or like 30%.
It's a good chunk, even in a not very effective situation.
Yeah.
I didn't get the mons like I said I wanted to get, so I pushed towards a defensive core that I was comfortable with, and then something I've used before. I really wanted mons I didn't use before, but Blissey, Dusclops, Me Spirit I've used before, and I have a good feel of how to use them in a defensive state or defensive situation, and also how to use them offensively. And I think me feeling comfortable in that scenario kind of makes up for me not getting mons that I wanted. Even though in both scenarios the mons I didn't want or did want were mons that I didn't use, I feel comfortable with these three. I did want the fast ice type, and I said it, I got it, the Cryogonal. Cryogonal, I don't know why this mon sat till round 10. This thing is like base 135 special defense. It has access to rapid spin and defog and knockoff.
I was gonna
and
say,
freeze dry.
Those are your only. I was gonna say that's the only team. That's the only thing your team is lacking. Really, is the hazard removal with
hazard removal. Yeah, but Whimsicott does get defog as well.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's a prankster defog.
Like, how often would you see Whimsicott fitting on your team where like you would not like need to, but like you would want to like kind of overpower a lot of teams? Like I don't see you not bringing Blissey, Dusclops, like your top, I mean your bottom like 5 together, I guess, or like in a sense to where like you're gonna lose some of your defense to put in a more offensive mon. At least I feel like.
No, I agree. This team, I think my team definitely has more offensive threat with the legendary pool. Like
you're gonna want to like bring all of them to like kind of fit to where you're like, all right, now where do I fit this like defogger like rapid spinner on? You know? Yeah.
Well, like, I got one question for you, Bishmi. Why you let me draft this, bro?
What the hell?
Why you
focus on my own draft?
Why you let me draft?
You had the wheel pick and you saw what was up and you said, I'm gonna grab these two.
Bro, I don't know.
So like even like you said, like with the Blissey Dusclops, right? Now let's say you brought like your top 5. Like who are you dropping for, you know, like the Blissey or the Dusclops to also come, you know?
Well,
or like even if you brought like your top 6, you know.
Well, it's up to you as a coach. In that point, you gotta balance your offensive defense. You have to, like, you can't let your team lack to where somebody switches in or sacks something. Because like when you bring no defense, they just sack something and then you're done. Because they literally sack something and bring in something hyper offensive, and now what?
Now somebody like has to hold.
Somebody has to die or hold a hit.
Yeah.
You know, and if you let them set up, you've got to always have an out, and I felt like Blissey and Dusclops gave me that out. They really do. Dusclop dodges the normal attacks, you know, good Violet user, base 135 in both special defense and defense. I can use it either way. So don't think it's always going to be physically defensive.
As that a Violet user.
Yeah, as a Violet user with base 135 in both defenses, it's used anyway. So don't always expect physical. Prankster, Whimsicott with the Tailwind.
Oh, you know? Yeah, with the Tailwind to set up for like everybody.
We can make literally like Zygarde, Keldeo, stuff like that faster than almost anything without a scarf.
Yeah.
Like literally. Do not sleep on it. I will Tailwind and then Memento. Believe me.
Yeah, you have.
Believe me, I will Tailwind
else.
and Memento, and then force you out because your neg special attack and attack, and then set up on a mon.
Setting up on something.
And then the Tailwind has me so fast. Look, I gave up one of my strats right there. Because that would catch somebody, I'm telling you. Like, even though it's 3 dedicated turns for a potential sweep, think about it. Like, what switches in on a plus 1,000 arrows confidently?
Oh, yeah, nothing. I mean, we already talked about Zygarde. Like, I guess, what? A max defense?
I've run the calcs already. I've run the calcs on like 4 different teams.
I've run the calcs.
On 4 different teams already, and nothing is holding bounded arrows as well as people think. Believe me.
Yeah, no, I mean,
like unless you got the Dusclops with a Violet, it's still doing like 40%, I think.
I mean, look, we put the regular Zygarde at 3, and now we put Zygarde 10 at 2, and that's just because look at what it has around it.
Yeah.
On top of like I said, for 3, threats on threats with great defense.
Yep.
2, freaking legendaries with great defense.
Yep.
And then you're only gonna see like when we go to 1, like how like this league is gonna be something scary.
These battles are definitely gonna get a little crazy, I think.
Yeah.
All right, I think we did enough with my team. Yeah, like I said, pretty scary. Let's move on to the number 1 seed, or the number one potential
team.
I think it's kind of obvious for those of you who are always watching our videos. You know who it is. West Coast man, King Sosa, Coach Pokemon Nerd
ASG,
Sosa,
bro,
of the LA Infernapes.
Son.
Now,
who let him draft this team?
I don't know. Listen, bro.
Who let him draft this team?
Yo,
he wasn't even the first pick.
I don't know how many legendaries has he got? Melmetal, Suicune, Regieleki, Kyurem, and Azel, right? 5.
He has 5, but now you look at it, right? I gotta face this team week 1, but he just I had to throw that out there. Like, just look at freaking Kyurem, bro. At how many teams like versus Kyurem, and then his defense. He has Suicune, Melmetal, freaking Kyurem has great natural bulk. He has Azelf and Tyranitar.
Yep.
So like, just though that bulk with what he could bring to swing, like I said, I just think his team has a great mix of offense and defense.
Listen, you've seen me use this team low key. Like, remember when we were kind of testing?
Yeah.
There's so much
to like
potential.
Switch into.
It's so much potential. Like offensive Regieleki or screen Regieleki, set up Suicune with either special defense or defense, and then Melmetal. My God, this thing's double Iron Bash.
Oh yeah,
it's just a problem,
what
bro.
What are you doing? Like, who's switching into that?
Like, I switched in my Cinderace. Remember, I took 60% on a non-effective.
Resisted hit.
I mean, Cinderace is frail, granted, but you know, like, you never expect that amount of HP to just go in a resisted scenario.
Pokemon, like, you're switching it. You're like, okay, let me switch into my steel resist. Boom, boom, double Iron Bash. Now you're damn near dead.
I like his team though too, because he has Rillaboom in there, and it nerfs like Earthquake and stuff.
The Earthquakes and the
so Regieleki, Tyranitar, and Melmetal, if they're in on the grassy terrain, kind of protected a little bit more. I think that was a good add-in. He does have a little like kind of like who was it? Delphin with the Sand Slash? Was it Delphin?
Yeah, with the
he's got a little bit of a sand.
Sandfor with the Stoutland.
He's got Stoutland and Tyranitar with Sandfor Stoutland right there. The team definitely scary, bro.
Like I said,
just looking at Kyurem, bro, and yo, you know what's crazy, Bishme? Kyurem went in round 5.
Yeah, it was sitting there.
It actually, like, I was surprised. I was like, yo, nobody want this Kyurem? But I used Kyurem before. No, I used it twice before. I used it twice. I wasn't picking it up again.
He was like, let me not pick it up.
I want to use something else.
And then Sosa pulled up and was like, nah, let me get that.
Bro, I want to use something else. But Kyurem has a crazy move pool and crazy special attack. When this thing is spec'd, it is really, really a problem. You know, he's got 3 out of the 4 hazards on the board with Shelmet, his little meme pick for the spike setup with a Violite.
But what I want to say is, like, even though like he doesn't really have that many setup like hazards, like what he has Azelf, Tyranitar, and Shelmet.
Yes.
Like with his team, like he doesn't even need to bring that. Like he could literally bring the top 6. Don't even need Stealth Roxo and Tyranitar, and like that 6 will literally hold his team down. I think it covers each other's weaknesses really well. Although he doesn't have like a flying type, like you said, he has Rillaboom with the grassy terrain to hold the earthquakes to reduce the earth powers. And then like with the steel type being Melmetal, so nothing's gonna really want to get like status.
He also has one of the best anti-lead mons in the game, Azelf.
Oh, Azelf, yes, anti-lead Azelf, and
that's
it has levitate for ground moves. I wasn't sure about the Charizard pick. I think it's kind of just there as a fire type swing.
Because he had no fire type, but I don't think his team needs a fire type, to be honest.
At that point, yeah.
I really don't think so. I mean, like, every team should try to have one of each type.
Right.
But does he need it on his team? I don't think so. I really don't.
What is it? One thing is, like, his fairy type being Comfey. Oh, yeah, you can't sleep on the Comfey. I was mistaken Comfey. But yeah, he has his fairy type is Comfey, which is great defensively. It's like a dragon nerfer. It has what Draining Kiss priority. And
it's got
then
triage
it's also
for
set up with,
Giga Drain and Draining Kiss.
Yeah, Giga Drain, Draining Kiss.
He gives a lot of typings a problem.
He could U-turn, Big Root. He could what is it? Stored power, and
you know that's
aromatherapy.
That's really the thing I think that makes Comfey scary. Like Comfey can get, if he gets set up, access to psychic, grass, and fairy special attacks. That's kind of scary.
Really no like great coverage. The best thing you could have versus that is like a fire type.
Even if you bring in a poison type, they gotta be faster because store power will kill.
You're gonna get clapped by that store power.
Oh. So this team is definitely scary.
Number one, so
bro. The thing that kind of sent me back was just him drafting Melmetal, bro, with Rillaboom. Like the first two,
second is like, damn.
The first two really set his team above. Like so many right there, just right there.
Cause I'm looking at it, I'm like, the thought process. You picked up Rillaboom, and then you picked up Melmetal, right? Too weak to fire. Then you picked up Suicune.
Yeah.
Suicune just like the defensive wall
stops like in the tracks.
And then now it's like literally with those three, you could just do whatever you want. And like he literally paired it great, bringing in the Regieleki, like you said, fast special attacker, even setting up screens, and then Kyurem to even be in the back to hold more hits. And
like when you look at this, Pokemon like Manectric kind of do well against his core because of electric and fire.
The fire electric.
But the thing is, like I said, he literally just brings in the Tyranitar and gets the special defense buff.
Oh yeah.
And then none of this shit matters.
Now what are you gonna do here?
Nothing matters after that. And Tyranitar can be a mixed attacker. And then if it goes down, Stoutland can come in maybe 1-2 turns left of stand and then chip away some more.
Dragon Dance on the Tyranitar.
Yeah, you chip away some more with Stoutland and Tyranitar, and then Rillaboom just clicks Grassy Glide all the way through.
Oh yeah, Rillaboom.
Banded Grassy Glide. Yo.
Yep. I seen you use Rillaboom too. Yeah, you had the team with Rillaboom and Kyurem.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I went to semifinals with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it just goes to show.
I lost to a stall team. You know. But yo, those bruh, just the top 5 on this man's team is a real freaking threat. And then if he gets a situation gets out of hand, he kind of has like the Tyranitar and like Comfey with priority, and then the Tyranitar special defense buff. Maybe try to get off one hit. You know, it's pretty good. Pretty good. The only thing that I really see that maybe his team might not handle too well is potentially fighting. Because Melmetal, Kyurem, Tyranitar, like he resists fighting with what? Azelf, Comfey, with like and Charizard. His lower tier mons are all resisting. Charizard's frail, Azelf's frail, and Comfey is good, especially defensive, I believe. Or decent, especially defensive.
But I mean, it'll still like.
No, it'll hold it, but
yeah, it has like 90 defense and 110 special defense. So like it'll eat the hit, and then like it'll.
But my thing is,
trying to kiss back.
A lot of physical mons do grab or have poison jab in their pool too.
Yeah.
And with physical defense being its lower defense, you don't want to be there susceptible to a poison jab. You switch in, you take the chip of a CC, for example, you die into a poison jab.
But like the thing is, even with that, like Melmetal. His defense just being so good, like it doesn't even really like mind taking like one. I'd say one. Like it probably can't hold 2, but at the most. But I mean, you wouldn't want it in that predicament.
No, then you're that should be only a forced situation. Yeah. Like you shouldn't do that by choice.
But like it'll still hold the hit, which is crazy.
Yeah. So with that being said, right, guys. Those are our power rankings, 14-1. Sorry it took so long. Maybe I don't even know how long this video is gonna be, but I feel like we really went in on each team, and I feel like it was necessary because part of the game is being able to analyze and understand what could happen and when it would happen.
Yes.
And for the coaches watching, I hope Bishmi and I, fellow commissioners, have given you good insight into the potential that each team holds, you know.
Facts.
Because there's 9 weeks, you're going to be facing a bigger percentage of these coaches. You've got to prep for them 1 week in advance. So we hope that this did help.
If it did, and if I gave out your sets, I'm
sorry.
Tight. That's all I know.
Yeah, I mean, look, I put out a lot of different potential ideas. Even for my own team, I didn't want to be biased and only do it for everybody else's team. I said one of my potential things for my team too. For those of you who didn't draft legendaries, I'm sorry you let me draft like this. I gotta say that right now.
Y'all let him get all the legendaries.
I'm sorry you let me and Soza draft like this. But this is where your individual skill has to come into play, I guess. Because some of these teams on paper, bro, like, you know, we get off the headset and the mic, and we're just like, Jesus Christ, what do we do versus this team? And that's the reality. You know, guys, thanks for tuning in from Bishme and I. This video is going to be uploaded, probably on only the FBL YouTube channel, which will be posted in our Discord. Speaking of Discord, the Discord for this league will be posted in the description down below. Make sure you check it out. It's going to have all the coaches and their channels if they have one. It's going to have this Discord, and make sure you do like this video. Get it going.
You leave
and
a
make
like
sure
on this video.
Make sure you subscribe to this channel, because this channel is not only going to be about FBL. Bishme and I have a lot of plans, because most of our competitive gameplay have turned towards Pokemon now again, aside from like League and stuff. But with that being said, we're going to host probably a playlist that has the top battle from our league every week, and like honorable mentions or top battle from outside leagues. So you're going to be seeing a lot of different battles. You could even see VGC in this channel, even though right now we are a singles league.
Yes.
If we felt like the battle was entertaining, we want to see it. And if you have a battle to submit, make sure you join the Discord. You'll be up in there as just a regular member until you apply next season, maybe as a coach. And drop the link to the battle that you felt showed up. Bishme and I, we love watching. Hey, look, I watch battles while I eat my breakfast. I'm not gonna front.
I'll be watching the battles in the other leagues. I'll be keeping up on.
It's important to keep up with the meta and the plays, and see what's going on. So you got a submission? Drop it in the Discord channel that we've put as potential uploads or league uploads or battle uploads. You'll see it there. And we do thank you for tuning in. With that being said, we'll see y'all next week in the first battle. Here we end.
Bishme out. That's what you say. Good.
Peace.